And so you you would have people in your class, and then you would. This is my version of the technique from my study with Frank, and so it was filled with people, whole room, and I'm doing my stuff, a couple of chair, all chair work, and then this elderly guy standing up. He died the next year, and Dick Walker was his name. And so he stands up, and I start to work with him. And I go, "Ooh, boy, you got a lot of scar tissue." And his wife, Elizabeth Walker, says, "You can feel the scar tissue?" I said, "Well, yeah." And everybody's wondering, and then people start giggling as they watch me work. They're smiling, and then it turns into giggles. And I go, "What are you all laughing at?" They said, "Do you know who you're working with?" I said, "No." "This is Dick Walker, Alexander's assistant." I went, "Oh, shit." He's going to say you have no idea what you're doing. And sure enough, he stopped me and said, "Just a second, young man." I wasn't a young man, but to him, I was a young man. He said, "Just a second, young man. I have no idea what you're doing. But I haven't had work like this since FM Alexander."
Wow.
So I looked at my detractors and I went, "Now, what did he mean by that?" Well, first of all, I will never know. Because I didn't seek him out and ask him. I don't know why I didn't. I became very good friends with his wife afterwards, Elizabeth Walker. Um, but I think he meant because
you're curious.
Hmm?
You're curious. Other people are interested in diagnosing, and you're curious about the whole.
Well, I think it's yeah, but it's what are you really listening for when you have your hands there? You're
Not diagnosing, compartmentalizing. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's is that you're really looking for the support. You move through the habituation. You don't mess around with the habituation. The habituation has a life of its own. It's you've created it, or circumstances created it. You can have a traumatic experience, and that stays with you for the rest of your life. Trauma is very difficult to work with, and but it's got nothing to do with who you actually can be. And so I think that when Frank would put his hands on you, he's going past the habit and into the support.
When he's working with you, I feel affected by it.
Yeah.
And I feel more deeply affected by it when it's the internal work. All of a sudden I feel, if I'm tuning into it, right? Now, if you're not tuning into it, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't.
Yeah.
But if you are tuned into it in a space, you work with one person and you touch everyone.
One guy asked me in Germany, "Can you tell me, you do the go round, why are you here, when you hope to get from being here, etc. Can you tell me how to unlock all the mysteries of the Alexander work?" How to unlock all? I said,
43.
No, no, I can't. But I'm good at locks. I'm not good at so anyway, thought about it for a year, and then I'm giving a workshop at the office, and people come flying in from various states, and I go, "Well, I have to say something important tonight." I started thinking about what that man said, that will unlock all the mysteries. And I said, lock and key, lock and key. A key is designed to fit the lock, and the lock's designed to receive the key. That's an Alexander lesson, lock and key. But that you're designed, the key is my hand, but I have to unlock the mysteries of you. But you're designed to receive the key.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, I like this as a metaphor. So I went downstairs, my office in Cambridge, and had to walk upstairs inside the building. And so I turned the key and went upstairs. I didn't feel anything. And then I went down and I said, okay, the key is designed to fit the lock. The lock is designed to receive the key. The lock is designed to receive the key. The key is designed to fit the lock. And I just stood there for a while, and then I opened it. It was a completely different opening. And I walked upstairs, and the room looked entirely different. Is that when I put my hand on a person, the organism is designed to receive that non-manipulative touch. That's the way we do. I mean, because you actually have, as I said yesterday, in the palm of your hand, receptors for love and compassion, understanding. The oxytocin, and the neural receptors go straight to the brain. You're also designed to do this. You're also designed to do that. You're designed to contract. There's nothing wrong with contraction. You absolutely have to have contraction. And you have to have extension. You need both. But the body is designed to receive that touch. And that touch is love. That touch is acceptance. That touch is designed to enable you to respond more completely to a given circumstance in a complete and whole way. And you can take that into universal aspects. You can take that into everyday aspects. When the young man came in who was a conductor, and he says, this work is deeper than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was about posture. He's a conductor, 27 years old. So he comes back for his next lesson. He says, I went home, I showed my wife, who's 27. I said, how do I look? And she said, you look tight. And he goes, why is she telling you that? I said, we're trying to hold on to it, probably. Yeah. I said, can she come in and watch me have a lesson? I said, yeah. She comes in. She's 27 years old, blonde hair, speaks Swahili and Arabic because she went to Harvard Divinity School. She watches him have a lesson. We talk for everything she said. I said, you should train. In 5 minutes, I said, you should train. She says, okay. She says, all set to train. She gets hired by the Secretary of State of the United States, John Kerry, as his religious advisor to African affairs. I lose my train. No. But he says, I still don't get it. I don't see how it's that meaningful. I said, well, embrace your wife. What? Embrace your wife. You embrace each other, right? Yeah. Well, just do something meaningful. Embrace your wife. I'll turn my head if you want me to, but embrace your wife. So they embraced each other. I said, now let me work with you. And I put my hands on him for a little bit. I said, now embrace your wife. You see what the difference is. And they unembraced. And he said, I didn't feel anything different. And she said, it's the first time I've ever felt you. So he changed immediately. And then when I caught him in the gym, he was on the rowing machine. Put my hands on him, he went, ow! He was all set. All he needed was a little affirmation from his wife.
Just like he went, ow?
No,
wow. Great. Great.
Yeah.
He felt the difference on the rowing machine
okay.
because of this.